From the site that many call the loudest in the NFL, we are inside GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City.
Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Seattle Seahawks . Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And into a sea of red, we're underway in Kansas City. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Here's Walker to start the drive.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 26-yard line.
And he finds Lockett in the end zone. Touchdown, Seattle.
A great play there. 26 yards.
And the Seahawks are on the board first here on the road in Kansas City.
And he will get in to make it 8-0. And he is out of bounds here on the return. Looky here, a touchdown, a 2-point conversion, and now an onside kick. And the Chiefs are going to make the recovery. So an onside kick fail in the first quarter. Not sure I completely see the logic there.
It's not apparent, is it? You almost have to go deeper, I think, and maybe if we try and work along with them and speculate a little bit here, they must feel like they need to steal possessions in this game. And maybe they don't match up possession for possession with the opposite team. They've got to steal it and try and gain an advantage. And they tried. They just didn't get it done.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes.
Another pass into the reliable hands of Kelsey.
And he is out of bounds. A lot of effort there for just a 3-yard gain, and now 2nd down. Now here's Mahomes. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 19. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up. Scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Shotgun snap to Mahomes.
And he's got Hardman in the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas City.
From 13 yards out.
And the Chiefs have come back to make it a 2-point game.
Andy Reid never one to shy away from taking chances. He'll go for 2. They'll try and run it here. And he'll get in to tie this game at 8. Well, it's definitely early enough here. They didn't need to go for 2. They didn't have to go for 2, but they did. We're all tied at 8.
Is this one of those anything you can do, I can match?
Yeah.
Because that's exactly what we got on that one. Neither one of these teams wants to give any ground, do they?
On the return from his end zone, Godwin Igwebuike. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. It sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime. If you're a good football team, you spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Now a play fake, and it's Smith. And a loose football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense.
Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Juan Thornhill.
And the Chiefs are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game? I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
And Mahomes picking up the first as he slides and hits the deck. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain. 8-8 the score after one on EA Sports. Dancing to his left. Open man, it's the tight end Kelsey. On the move past the 40. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10. On the move to his left.
No hesitations, they go right back to Kelsey.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10.
From down at the 12, it's first and 10.
To throw, it's Mahomes.
And that's caught left side by the tight end, Gray.
And in for the Chiefs touchdown.
Noah Gray.
A 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Chiefs have moved out in front.
Now Mahomes to the line as the Chiefs are going to go for the two-point try.
Mahomes will throw for it.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Well, split the difference, and they're right where they would have been with two PATs. They got the two-point conversion the first time. They failed there.
Interesting, isn't it? Because the first time you go, that feels like a gamble. The second time when they tried it again, that felt like, what the heck, right? Because, as you said, even if you miss it, you split the difference, and you're right on schedule.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls at work. Now, they've got to build another drive.
Here's a diving catch right side.
And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. Now, this looks like a roughing call.
Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused. Because he had...
Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Juan Thornhill.
And the Chiefs are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up first and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And some room to maneuver. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide. And these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
Now Mahomes on the bootleg. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Barreling in for the sack, Shelby Harris. Throwing on 2nd and long. Mahomes. Open man here. It's the tight end, Kelsey.
Down inside the 10.
Touchdown. Travis Kelsey, 31 yards. As his guys are able to extend their lead.
Well, just a sensational start for this offense, Charles. 3 drives, 3 passing touchdowns.
Is that like mentioning a perfect game in baseball? Or are we cool to do it here in football, partner?
No, I think you can do it here in football. I think perfect game in baseball, that's its own category.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Could not have. Or let's face it, a better one for this offense. No chance they stop passing now the way that it's going. I think they'll continue to press the ball downfield and hopefully reap the same results.
Igwebuike to return it from his end zone here. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line.
They'll run for it. It's Walker.
And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. A surprising move to go for it predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off. And, boy, possession here turns over with a football already being in the red zone. Flushed out right. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So erase the red zone score. They'll have to dial that one up again.
And you know how difficult it is to strike in the red zone because things are a little bit more condensed. You got to go back to their play chart and see if they can dial up another one.
Mahomes going to throw. Rolling to his left. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Mahomes now to throw. Forced out to his left. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Mahomes hitting his favorite target, Travis Kelsey, on the touchdown pass. And the Chiefs will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. They'll give it to the fullback up the middle. And he will bowl his way in there for the 2 points. Nothing fancy there on that 2-point try. Give it to the big boy and let him go to work.
That almost felt like sandlot football that we used to play, didn't it? Biggest guy on your team.
Nobody picked me on the sandlot football team.
You were quarterback, and I know better.
I was the water boy.
This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we are in the Pacific Northwest at Lumen Field in Seattle, Washington.
Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the New York Jets Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And off we go from Seattle.
This one taken just inside the 10.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
To start the drive.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. White. Able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin. He's at the 30.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall.
And here he'll get it down to the 7.
4 yards to go on 2nd down from the 7. Hall again on 2nd down.
And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown.
Breece Hall
taking it in from 7 yards away.
And the Jets get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away.
On the return from his end zone, Godwin Igwebuike. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive.
And he's got some space here. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10.
Back to Walker on 1st down.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
They'll try the air now with Smith. Rolling to his right.
That's into the hands of Parkinson, the tight end.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Off of play action, here's Smith. And I think the ball's out, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
A disappointing end of the sequence there. He was starting to turn nothing into something, and then he lost the football.
And sometimes things get lost in the transition. And what I mean by that is you go from being a passer to a runner. And at a certain point, once you cross the line of scrimmage, threat, make sure you take care of the football while you're traversing downfield.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they'll be looking to make this a two-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
To throw, White. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams.
Well, it's 3rd down. You're in a tight game in the loudest stadium in the NFL, and it's enough to rattle even the most seasoned of quarterbacks. And here, it looks like he's not quite on the same page as his receiver. This will wind up a turnover.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
They'll start at the 40, so great starting field position following the interception.
On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
Sauce Gardner picks it off, and the Jets are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection, and now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
It'll go as a gain of
on 1st down, right back to Hall.
And he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this first quarter play. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Now White. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. Here's White. He finds Corey Davis.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Multiple players getting home there, and it's a loss of 2 on the sack. Well, they sent him on the blitz from that linebacker spot, and boy, he got there quickly.
He certainly did, and obviously he could have used a block from his running back, but I think you nailed it right there. The defender got into the backfield so fast.
They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Now White. Open man here is Conklin. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 34-yard line. On 1st and 10, White. Throw right side, caught by Davis.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Back to the ground with Hall.
And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9.
Line of scrimmage, the 9. 2nd and about a yard.
White looks to throw.
And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing into coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident and throw an interception.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Darrell Taylor got in there to drop him.
4th down. White. And this is caught at the 8. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They'll run with Hall. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. One more time with Hall. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. This stadium once registered as the loudest roar ever recorded, and you can hear him now. 3rd and goal. Back to throw. White. Got him. Tyler Conklin from 4 yards out. And the Jets will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. And oh, it's no good. For the 2nd time now in this first half, he's missed an extra point. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Igwebuike to return it from his end zone here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. He'll buy some time right. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. The final shot here before break. Smith. This complete to Lockett. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. Igwebuike to return it from his end zone here. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room.
Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the 2nd half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there. Their chance to score points, but the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, here's Walker.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
53 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll fake it. Now Smith. They'll roll him out right.
He'll get that complete to Parkinson.
And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up second down. Play action. It's Smith. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of here. Here we go on 4th. Smith. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. To go for it, and the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position. They'll run on 1st down. It's Knight, and he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
On 2nd down, a run with Hall.
He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing, and I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively.
On 3rd down, here's Hall.
And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4. To throw is White. Throwing on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still is not really...
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked up by Jordan Whitehead.
And the Jets are going to take possession of the football. He exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And, Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off.
From the 39, White. He'll take a shot for Davis to the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
Handoff, running left. Here's Hall.
And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the 1st. On 4th down, White. That is caught. It's Uzama.
Going to have a Jets 1st down, as that'll be a gain of 15 on 4th.
How about them biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive?
On the counter, it's Hall.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Hall again on 2nd down.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. White. And this is going to be incomplete. Down here in the red zone, you know your tight end's going to be a favorite target. Couldn't hang on.
And sometimes they just have to get out of their own head because they understand how tight windows are there and how many bodies are there. And sometimes they just overthink it and don't catch the ball.
Zerline's kick is up and through, and that will extend their lead even further. So an important one there as they widen their lead in this 4th quarter.
All right, partner, help me out with the math here. Make sure I am on point because the way I see it, the other guys still need 2 touchdowns, but in addition, a 2-point conversion. So this is all about them playing perfect football from here on out.
And the Seahawks looks like they've recovered. They coughed it up. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down. Throwing now is Geno. That is taken in by the tight end Fant. Touchdown, Seahawks. Noah Fant, 39 yards.
And the Seahawks are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter.
Geno's going to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Smith being chased out left. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
The former 3rd overall pick, Quinnen Williams, there to bring him down.
Up the middle. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. On 1st down, it's Knight, and I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. On 2nd and 11 now, White throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
Straight ahead is Hall.
And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Now White throwing on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on. And that's caught inside the 35.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Smith now to throw. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down.
And this is intercepted. Marcus Joyner with a pick. And now off to the races down the right side. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown.
But just add that to the list of great moments for this defense today. They've really shredded that game plan on the other side all 4 quarters. And, Charles, that pick 6, that's kind of the cherry on top.
Yeah, they did it, and I feel like I'm quoting a bad movie line, but they did it together, didn't they? Fed off of each other, every big play they made, every tackle, every pick, everything they've done. They continually built energy in this one. And how about him culminating with a pick 6?
This will be fielded inside the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things.
That is time